Hey there, hello my friend, Amner Hunter here from amnerhunter.com. Hope that you are having a great weekend. Today we're going to be checking out a brand new plugin by the company Rast Sound that it's available for free until February the 24th, I believe, right? So this plugin promises to enhance the loudness of your tracks, preserve the dynamics, enhance the warmth and clarity of the tracks, and in today's video I want to test it. I want to see if this plugin holds up to the promises, right? It's available for Windows and Mac, and you can find the link to get it in the video's description right below the timestamps that I am going to put as well. Before we begin with the content, let me invite you quickly to my website, unwanted.com, where you can grab some additional free stuff that might be helpful for you, such as some free PDF guides and ebooks for music producers and guitar players. Also some free tools, such as some collections of guitar impulses, some collections of drum sample packs, among other utilities. And finally, don't forget to check out this channel or my blog, which I am updating almost on a daily basis, with tons of content like this. Please let me know if you are here in the live stream. I am always happy and interested to know your opinions. I am always happy also to engage in conversations with you guys about these tools. So without further ado, let me take you now to my DAW and let's check out this plugin, right? So the premise behind this plugin is that it uses psychoacoustic effect, right? Psychoacoustic technology that enhances the loudness, preserving the dynamics, enhancing the clarity, and also adding warmth and saturation if you want with this character control that you have. This one is for saturation, right? It's subtle saturation. And yeah, the thing about psychoacoustics is that it sort of tricks your brain into letting the brain know that something is there even though it's not there, or it's sort of it's like a trick to the brain where it completes stuff that it's not there, but your brain can perceive it even if it's not there, right? It sort of fills the gaps. That's what I understand anyway about psychoacoustics. It's a psychological effect, right? That sometimes things are not entirely there, but due to the psychoacoustic effect of the plugins, your brain sort of fills the gaps, stuff like that, right? So this plugin has three controls. The effect, it's the loudness enhancer per se. Right, the more you increase this, the more loudness you get. But also the loudness, it's not like a regular compressor limiter, right? This control promises to deliver a loudness enhancement, and yeah, it's not only increasing the loudness, it's also increasing the punch, and but yeah, it doesn't feel like a limiter. It doesn't hear either like a limiter. You will hear that in a moment. And the one in the center, like I said, is for the saturation, subtle saturation. You have an output here. You can set this, let's say, -1 decibel, right? So this is like the final stage, the final like ceiling, right? And I recommend you using the soft clip that it includes when you enable this control, right? So that you don't overload the output, so that it doesn't exceed the threshold that you set here, the ceiling. It has also oversampling up to 4x. And so yeah, in plugins that have saturation, the oversampling is very useful, right? Because the more that you add saturation throughout the mix in different plugins, different tracks, the more of that effect that's bad for your mixes can be avoided with the oversampling, right? I am talking about when the harmonics go beyond the sample rate that you have, especially on high frequencies, right? And it folds back. So oversampling avoids that type of problem. It's difficult to hear, but the more saturation you add throughout the track, the more you can perceive it. Alright, so let's use it first on this full mix. It's a metal mix. Let's check it out. So I have the soft clip enabled. I'm gonna put here minus 50, minus 0.50 decibels, 0.5 negative, right? So let's increase this. And you don't need to like overdo it. I think a little bit goes a long way with this control. Let's add some character here. Yeah, the track is not exceeding like minus 0.6, minus 0.5, around that. Yeah, I think a clipper would be a good idea before this, and this could like maybe be like in the same part in the signal chain, like a limiter, right? It could replace a limiter maybe at the end of the signal chain. That's what I am trying to test here. If I can replace also the limiter, which is the last part in the mastering stage. What I like to do with these type of plugins that add that psychoacoustic effect, and in this case it's also increasing the loudness, so it might be deceiving for the ear. I like to sort of level match the plugins, so I can hear maybe the effect a bit better, a bit clearly. They are pretty much at the same perceived loudness, right? So let's hear if we can hear something different. The track feels a little warmer, like a little thicker, and maybe just a bit punchier. So let's continue here. I'm gonna again level match. Yeah, it feels a little bit fatter, a little bit punchier, just a bit. And yeah, even though it's increasing the loudness a lot, it's the punch is not disappearing, right? Yeah, the drums, the punch of the drums is not disappearing, right? So that's pretty good. So let's leave it here, minus 50, 0.50. Let's use a saturation alone. Let's see if we can get something here. It's very subtle, the saturation. Maybe we are not able to hear it, but saturation and mild saturation, it's like a way of compression as well, right? Retaining the dynamics. So, alright, let's use it in another full mix. Again, engage the soft clip. I'm gonna set the ceiling here at around minus 0.50. By the way, you can also type it minus 0.50, 0.5. Try to find what to believe in. In the end, I still feel like I'm broken again. This feeling, it never exceeds, right? Let's see. Try to find what with the soft clip engaged. Try to find what to believe in. In the end, I still feel like I'm broken again. This feeling so frustrated. In the end, I still feel like I'm broken again. Empty eyes are still wide open. Silent voices calling. So hard to breathe, I'm choking. What's the point of feeling something? 'Cause now it hurts so much more. Now it hurts so much more. I try to find what to believe in. Yeah, what this plugin does very well is to preserve the dynamics, right? You don't lose the impact of the drums, especially all of the kick drum hits, the snare hits, everything is there. So the dynamics are very well preserved, even though it's using mild saturation. And sometimes saturation it rounds up the peaks, and you lose a bit of the punch, right? The greater impact. And this plugin is it preserves very well the dynamics. So that's a win using this plugin. So now let's use it on the individual instruments. I have these drums. Let's add some saturation here. Let's see. Before. Yeah, I can hear a bit of saturation there in the kick drum and snare. Before. It's very, very mild. Alright, and let's, for instance, use this here. Again, increasing the loudness. But even if you would want this to level match, it's also a good way to increase the perceived loudness by also taking care of the dynamic of the peaks. It adds like a perceived loudness, right? Not necessarily like real loudness if you level match it. So yeah, that's pretty cool. It reminds me kind of like the Sonox inflator, right? That adds a bit of low-level compression, adds a little bit of saturation as well, a little bit of limiting, but without compromising the dynamics and adding perceived loudness, right? But ultimately taking care of the peaks. And yeah, right. So let's continue with the next instrument here. I have a bass here. Let's add some saturation here. I don't know if the saturation works by increasing the effect or this control alone does it. It seems that it's not working unless I increase this. Let's check it out. Yeah, it's compressing a bit more, saturating a bit more. It's fattening up the signal just a bit. Before. Yeah, but leaving it very consistent, right? That the level doesn't pass a level here. Alright, and finally let's, well, check it out in the full mix. You can perceive it a bit more in the mix without necessarily having more volume. It's just the dynamics, the loudness enhancement, I presume. So now let's check it out on vocals finally. Let's also check out what it does.
To complicate your life, I would never want to complicate your life. It's the reassurance of why I would never.
Let's engage the soft clipping.
I would never want to complicate your life. It's the reassurance of why we'll be alright. I've never been so sure.
So let's leave it normal here. Let's go.
I would never want to complicate your life. It's the real.
Yeah, it's making the vocals clip here. So let's add some saturation and decrease the output.
I would never want to complicate your life. It's the reassurance of why we'll be alright.
Let's add the full effect here.
I would never want to complicate your life. It's the reassurance of why we'll be alright.
Yeah, taking a bit more care of the dynamics and not letting it like be all over the place. Let's hear it in context.
I would never want to complicate your life. It's the reassurance of why we'll be alright. I've never been so sure.
Yeah, in this case, these vocals doesn't have a compressor, so a compressor before would be a great deal of help and this plugin could be like the final stage in the vocal signal, right? And to preserve the dynamics, to add a bit of more of body, and add a bit of character and saturation, right? But taking care of the output and the ceiling with the soft clip. So yeah, that's the Lumo plugin by Rast Sound. Let me know what you think of this one. I'm always happy and interested to know your opinions, my friends. And let's see, I have some comments in the live stream here. Thanks a lot, you guys, for being here. I appreciate it. Hello, darling, says John. Jason is Dora. Hello, my friend Jason is here. Hello, my guy. I pushed it hard, didn't hear anything amazing. Once I gain matched, I don't know, I will never use it. Yeah, it's very, very subtle, Jason. I agree with you that when you level match it, the effect it's almost like minimum. Jason says Loudmax mocks this thing. Yeah, Loudmax, it's a great limiter. But I think the intent of this tool, Lumos by Rast Sound, it's to add that psychoacoustic effect, not much like the just increase the loudness. I think it's just to add that extra thing. But even though it also works as a limiter, right? Because it increases the loudness, it has a ceiling and stuff like that. Acoustic, hello Acoustic, how are you, my friend? It's okay. Rory Potato Chip says thanks for the heads up. Dave Ian says hi, I'm not loving the content and thanks. Gary Thompson, hello my friend. Gary Thompson is here. Really good acoustic. Well, you know, life has its challenges. Definitely. Milos Jess says yeah, heart. Thanks a lot, Milos. Thank you, I like it, says Gary. Hey Gary, I understand that trying to get married in the next couple of weeks and move house hour and a half away. Wow, congratulations, Acoustic. Are you the one getting married or Gary? Hello Bruce, how are you, my friend? Thanks a lot for being here, I appreciate it. So before we leave, my friends, let me invite you quickly to my website, amnerhunter.com, where you can grab some additional free stuff, some free PDF guides and ebooks, some extra free tools such as some collections of guitar impulses, some collections of drum sample packs, among all utilities. Finally, don't forget to check out this channel, which I am updating almost on a daily basis. Congrats, Acoustic. It seems that you're getting married, right? So yeah, send us videos or pictures from of your wedding. Would be cool. And yeah, congratulations, my friend. Hope that you have a great time. Later, Samner and everyone. Take care, you guys. I appreciate it very much being here. And have a great weekend. Bye-bye.